Let's continue the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles with the episode Palestine, October 1917. Written by Frank Darabont and directed by Simon Windsor. This is one of the couple of last episodes of the show that just weren't released in the US but in other countries. And again, we have a very strong episode, again because it's written by Frank Darabont. Again, sadly, we don't have old indie bookends, which is sad. There are scripts for it. There was supposed to be bookends, but obviously they were scrapped because of budget, and the show was already cancelled at this point. But the episode itself is very fun, and it's weirdly full of big names, because we got Catherine Zeta-Jones in this, as well as Daniel Craig. But first, let's quickly talk about the episode. It's pretty solid. It's another take on an historical event and inserting Indiana Jones into it. He's still working for French intelligence, and he's supposed to help his old friend Lawrence of Arabia. There is supposed to be a plot by the British and Australians to take Jerusalem via Beersheba. And Indy's role is it to get to Beersheba and make sure the wells of Beersheba are protected so that the troops will have water and not just fucking die in the desert. And obviously there's gonna be some problems, some drama, some double agents. The Germans are already there, including a German officer played by Daniel Craig, and the main femme fatale, if you will, played by Catherine Zeta-Jones. We also get Indiana Jones in brownface, only in the 1990s. There isn't really much to say about the episode. It's well directed, it's obviously well written, it's an historical event that's made very interesting. Inserting Indy into it works pretty well, in my opinion. I like seeing Lawrence of Arabia again because he's been a recurring character in the show, and I actually like having Daniel Craig in here as like a German officer and getting into a fight with Indiana Jones. And it's just fun because seeing Indy fucking beat the shit out of and murder the worst James Bond, it makes me very happy to see that. Now, something interesting though, when the entire show was completely re-edited into the adventures of young Indiana Jones, where it was less episodes and they were all cut together to form like feature film length movie episodes, if you will, this one didn't get bundled up with another episode. It was just stretched out into an hour and 45 minutes or something. And the way this was done is actually fascinating because they took this episode, they shot new material for it to stretch it out, but also the director Simon Windsor, he already made a movie apparently about the taking of Beersheba, and it's called The Light Horseman. And they just inserted stuff from that completely separate movie into this re-edit, what became Daredevils of the Desert, Adventures of Young Indiana Jones. And I remember when I first watched that version of the show in total, and I came to that part, Daredevils of the Desert, and I thought, wow, this is really fucking boring. They absolutely butchered a great Frank Darabont script and just stretching it out like that in the stupidest way possible just to reach feature length is absolutely stupid. It's a very stupid decision, which shouldn't be surprising because that entire re-edit, the adventure re-edit, was just a fucking terrible idea to begin with. So if you want to watch this episode in its original form because it's so much better. But yeah, I would highly recommend this version of Palestine, October 1917. And next time, we're gonna talk about the very last episode of the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles. Because after that, the show, obviously, it was cancelled, it was over, but they still had some episodes left, and they then made a couple of TV movies out of them. But again, first we will finish this regular run, Season 2, with the episode Transylvania, January 1918.